What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. I hope everybody's doing well. And before I get started, I do want to suggest that you go and watch yesterday's video just for more context. And yeah, let's dive straight into things. So we're going to start on dollar as per usual. And you'll see we've already ran down into the sell side liquidity target, which I did draw our attention to. And now we're starting to fill that weekly fair value gap, which I also wanted to see get filled. So the fact that we're moving this fast on a Monday does say to me a lot about the rest of the week. We're likely going to see some kind of Wednesday or Thursday reversal, especially considering there's high impact news on Thursday and Friday. So with that taken into account, I am going to be a little bit more careful moving into tomorrow, especially the fact that we're now trading in this weekly fair value gap, because considering this was my target for the low of the week of where I wanted to see the low get made, considering we're trading into that now and it's only Monday, like I said, we can anticipate some kind of reversal later on in the week, maybe on Thursday. And now we need to be a bit more careful with, our shorts on dollar and longs on the pairs, because we can imagine that it's starting to come to an end, considering we're going to fill this imbalance and this was our target. Now, the fact that we're so close to the end, if price does continue to trade through this, basically, I am going to be looking at the open of this weekly bullish order block right here. So there's potential for price to continue down into that. And then if we drop down to the daily, what you'll also find is that we also have a nice little gap right here, imbalance. So this is all assuming that price does want to keep falling, which it can do. You can see how very, very bearish dollar is being. But eventually, like I said, I do expect us to pull back on ourselves. Nonetheless, we do still have a little bit of the weekly fair value to fill. There's that weekly bullish order block I was talking about. And then obviously this range right here. So basically what I'm looking for is some kind of high resistance. As price starts to fill this fair value gap, I'm going to anticipate there to be quite high resistance, especially as we move towards this order block level. And then, like I said, this will be a big stretch for price. So mainly I just have my eyes set on this. Moving into tomorrow, do I want to see an up close or a down close? Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we had another down close, but I wouldn't be surprised as well if the candle kind of looked like this. I'll show you what I mean. So like literally like this, like days that just look like I've never done this before, guys. Also, welcome to all the new subscribers. Yesterday's video done extremely well. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow's day looked a little bit like that in terms of how it closes and such. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a candle like that, and as in we may see a lot of consolidation moving into that Tuesday. So we do need to be careful of that. Let's drop down to the 4 hour and take a closer look at price. Beautiful delivery to the downside, just ran out that high and then just complete expansion, and you can see we're still running to the low of that weekly fair value gap. So again, I am looking to see if we can get into that weekly opening of the bullish order block. I do imagine that will be sensitive to price. Yes, the low of the fair value gap can be sensitive and we may find a reaction off of it, but a bullish order block will be a lot more reactive, which is why I'd rather price get down there before we see a reversal as opposed to just necessarily the low of a fair value gap. So yeah, moving into the new day, I am going to continue to want to see downwards price action until we reach this weekly bullish order block open. So let's get that marked out just so we know. And as price approaches that, I'll be looking to see, okay, how does it react? Because if we get a strong reaction away from it, that can likely set us up for some potential, positions. But again, with it being Tuesday and us moving this fast on the Monday, we do need to be really careful. Let me just quickly look to see what kind of high impact news we may have tomorrow. I don't think we have any tomorrow. Let's take a look. I use my FX book, by the way, guys. So tomorrow we only have CPI on euro, so we can pay attention to that as we get to euro. But in terms of anything else, there isn't any. So with that taken into account, again, we can expect a quiet day, especially considering how fast we move on Monday, and then maybe like Wednesday and Thursday offer us the movement, especially Thursday. So yeah, just got my eyes on this level, and I'd like to think that we can continue to draw down there. Furthermore, I doubt we're going to just reverse at the bottom of the weekly fair value gap just because of how bearish we are in general. As in, for it to make the low here, we're already approaching Asia and we're pretty much already at that low. So we're going to need to still create some kind of Judas swing. So I'm looking for that to be created around this weekly bullish order block. Again, we can get down to this daily fair value gap, but I'm really not paying attention to this for now, purely because I'm just waiting to see how we respond to this level right here, assuming that price still wants to stretch towards it. So yeah, that's going to be everything on dollar. I hope that will make sense. But again, definitely go and watch yesterday's video if you haven't already, just for some more context on price. So here you can see pound delivered absolutely gorgeously to our weekly rejection block, just as anticipated. Again, I did not expect price to get up there this fast today. I didn't. So it's nice to see nonetheless. And the fact that it didn't stop at this breaker is saying a lot about price. Now we need to look, okay, if it's not going to stop there, where's it going to stop? Or where could it want to stop? Well, we have a nice rejection block level right here. Let's get that marked out as a daily rejection. There we go. And then more specifically, we can look at the 50% level of that to provide potential resistance for price. Any higher than that, and dollar's probably going to continue lower, and then obviously pound will, you know, run higher. So if price gets above this consequent encroachment, I'd expect us to be a lot more bullish. I'd expect us to find support and to start running. But like I said, highly doubt that's going to happen, and I'm looking and waiting for dollar to find some more resistance, probably give us some manipulation, so to speak, and then, you know, give us that Thursday reversal that we're hoping for. So here's that weekly rejection block we traded to, and you can see we're just opening on top of that now. Very nice to see. We will drop down to the 4 hour, and you'll see a nice bullish order block right here. And again, there's some nice relative equal highs up here and a beautiful fair value gap in the premium. So let's get that marked out, and price may want to draw up to that, which you can see is also positioned just below. Let's get that to 50%. Or do I usually have it 25? I can't remember. 50. My bad, guys. So we're going to see, can price get into that, fill it, and then I'd want to see how price responds to that. So I am expecting, again, continued bullish price action. No reason to be bearish as of yet, because nothing has proven us otherwise. And again, that's that consequent encroachment. Any higher than that, and I'd be very suspicious of price. But generally speaking, I do want to see if this little swing high right here can be used for buy side and tag for buy side liquidity. So very simple in terms of bias. Again, it's Tuesday tomorrow. We've moved very fast on Monday. We want to be careful, because I can imagine there'll be a lot of, you know, consolidation as price starts to peak and get to its, you know, it's these highs right here in the premium. Because this is a very, if you look at our current trading range, so between this high and this low, this is a very high premium. And I'll show you what I mean. You can see we're above the 75% level right here. So we're in a very high premium. So this is a very high probability and likelihood of a position where we'd expect potential reversal or retracement in general. So that's why I'm being a little bit more cautious as we approach these highs. It's a little bit like when a plane comes to land at an airport. We don't expect it to come in full speed landing on a runway, do we? We want to see it slow down, and we want to see hints of that. And you can see that through the consolidations and through the high resistance that price shows us. So we're going to finish up on Euro USD, and you'll see how Euro also reached our target absolutely gorgeously. Look at that weekly consequent encroachment. Now again, if we're expecting a little bit lower dollar, that means we do need to expect a little bit of a higher reach on Euro as well. And especially with CPI tomorrow on Euro, it'll be interesting to see how it treats that. To be honest, I don't want to think that it could go take out this buy side. I'd be a little bit concerned. However, what I am going to do is I will draw our attention to 25% level first, and then what we can do is drop down to the lower time frames and ideally find a PD array that it can key off. So although there's buy side liquidity up there, I don't want to see that get taken this week necessarily. So let's now drop down to the daily, and again you can see there's this is a rejection block level right here. So we have a weekly consequent encroachment, and we also have a daily rejection block. So in fact, let's get rid of this 25% level, and then we'll bring our attention to this daily rejection block level, similar to what we have on pound. So it'd be nice to see if price can reach up into there. And then once it's in this range, this block right here, I'm expecting resistance. Ideally, it stays below the 50% level, and that will set us up for potential shorting opportunities. Now, that doesn't mean go short as soon as we go up here. I'm not calling highs. We don't call highs. We don't call lows. However, I will be looking very closely at price to see how it responds. Are we seeing high resistance? Is it struggling to get any higher? How is dollar behaving once it gets down into its, into its bullish order block? If it's respecting these PD arrays, there's no reason we can't start thinking about these things, and then we simply wait for high impact news or sentiment to drive that, such as Thursday's news. So that's how I'm looking at price. But Tuesday in general, especially after movement on Monday like this, Tuesday I'm probably going to stay out the charts, let it do its thing, and then Wednesday and Thursday we can probably think about any potential setups. But I can imagine there's going to be a lot of manipulation, especially before, if we're expecting a reversal at this point, as in any kind of reversal, it's going to be a big reversal, right? So we can expect a lot more manipulation, so it's going to take a longer time to deliver it, which is why we need to be careful as well. Nonetheless, I'd like to think that we can keep rallying and create some kind of peak. So that's going to be everything on pound euro, to be honest, gorgeous delivery here as well. Ran right to the buy side and then expanded into our weekly consequent encroachment. Very nice to see. Nice fair value gap entry right here. Could have went long there. Drop a stop loss below there, and then obviously hold on to your position until we reach consequent or take off partials. But my point is, gorgeous delivery. Didn't expect it to happen this fast, and considering we're in such a high premium, we do need to be careful and aware that price could pull back and will likely pull back at any I say any given time, but we know generally when we want to see that being Thursday, Friday. I'm looking Thursday, late Wednesday and Thursday is when I'm looking for that to happen, because in terms of the way weeks deliver, those are the days where we're going to see those kind of reversals form, and we'll see that this week, and I'll talk more on that in later videos. But my point is, although we're expecting it, it's now it's time and then price. So we need to know, okay, if we're expecting it, when do we want to see that happen? Well, we have high impact news on Thursday, so we'd like to think that Thursday can help drive that. So I hope that all makes sense, guys. Very quick video today. Definitely go watch yesterday's video. Smash subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment, join the Discord. Again, yesterday's video done so well, so a massive thank you to everyone, honestly, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.